So, my channel is not known for doing, video game reviews. And I guess this isn't really a video game a review per se, because I'm not going to talk about, maybe might go into the gaming mechanics or whatever. But I thought it'd be kind of fun to talk about this game because this franchise is so fucking cursed that when I heard of this game, I was like, there's no way it's good. And I heard, it's kind of it was an underrated hit that no one talked about. And I was like, you know what? I want to check this out. I want to get this game. And sure enough, I loved it. That game is Terminator Resistance. Terminator Resistance came out, I believe, 2018 or 19. I believe it was... it's one of those 2 years. But basically, this game flew under the radar. It was a video game. It was a game set for the Xbox One, and it's one of the later Xbox One games. Essentially, what it is a Terminator, and the other thing was, we weren't having a lot of Terminator stuff after Dark Fate. There wasn't really, anything for, there wasn't any build-up, there wasn't any, Terminator's a viable franchise right now, it's a hip franchise, let's do something with it. And as it stands, this is, until we get that new anime from Netflix, this is kind of it for right now. But Terminator Resistance, what is this about? Terminator Resistance is basically set during the War of the Machines. And it's not like the early days of the war. It's not set during Salvation. It's set during what is essentially the heyday of the war. We are in the shit. This is, what we kind of wanted from a Terminator movie for the longest time now, rather than keep trying to milk the first two, go back to T1 and T2 and try to milk that for everything we have. And yes, I know what you're thinking, but Terminator Salvation failed miserably. Yeah, Terminator Salvation failed for a lot of reasons. The premise of it was is a really solid idea. Terminator Salvation's idea behind it, having it set during the war, is a really cool idea. Trying to make it realistic, as well as trying to make it a story focusing on Sam Worthington, why was it, by the way, I'm going to get into a quick ramble real quick. Why was it that we were all, there was a good solid, 5-6 years where for some reason Hollywood was obsessed with Sam Worthington. They were trying to make him the new hotness no matter what. It was Wrath of the Clash the Titans, Terminator Salvation, Avatar, and he's just not a good actor. He is just, I'm sorry, but even as I'm watching every movie he was in, I was even when they were trying to show him everywhere, I was man, Sam Worthington sucks. And yes, I know he's still got a career. Good for him. But, he is not main character material. But what about, all the money he made in, Avatar 2? I don't know how that movie made any money to begin with. I don't know how that makes billions and billions of dollars, but it ain't because of Sam Worthington's acting, I can tell you that. So there's a multitude of reasons why Terminator Salvation, while it had the right idea, the execution went horribly wrong. This is what Terminator Salvation wanted to be. In the game, you play as a character named Jacob Rivers. Jacob Rivers is a member of the Resistance who's been cut off in what's left of Pasadena and meets up with a group of survivors in order to find his way back to his Resistance cell as what is known as the Annihilation Line is tearing its way across the country. The Annihilation Line is what they call the T-800 wave that is just marching through the country, annihilating any organics they see. What I really like about this is that the game really gives you the feeling when you first encounter T-800s, holy shit, they are scary. When I first played them, I was yeah, I could probably shoot this one. I shoot it, does jack all damage. It just turns around and fires at me. I lose half my health in 2 shots. And I just had to run for my life. It's terrible. That's what I like, and that's what I feel like we should do. And maybe I'll do this as a video on its own. But I feel like that should be what we should do with the next Terminator movie, if and when we get a new Terminator film. I say make it more like the original Terminator film and make it like a horror film. Because yeah, the original film wasn't an action. It did have action elements, but the original Terminator movie was more about sci-fi horror than anything else. So I feel like we should do that again with Terminator if we do that again. Just make it a sci-fi horror. Who knows, maybe Paramount or whoever the fuck owns the rights to Terminator, if Alien Romulus does good, they'll be like, why aren't we doing that with Terminator? Go do that. Right now. Go make a script. But I digress. So basically in the game, there are times where I was playing this game and I'm hiding behind stuff like, please don't turn around. Like, I'm just hiding and the T-800 is just passing me by. I'm like, please don't turn around. Please don't turn around. Please don't turn around. Oh, fuck, I gotta go. Like, there are some sneak missions where you are scared for your life against these. And that's what I like, is that we make the T-800 a viable threat again. I really like that. The weapons in here are, like, kind of all base. You're basically like Uzi, shotgun, assault rifle, pistol, and they all have different weaknesses and strengths, and you can upgrade them and yourself. There's also a lot of other Terminator units in here that they showcase, like there's these pillbug ones that self-destruct, you have drones, of course you have hunter-killers, there's other T8... that's what I like, is that there's a lot of cool variety, and some Terminator units are stronger than others, but the fear of them is all the same. And trust me, you may think like you've got guns and all, but that health of yours, a few shots from from even the smallest Terminator will fuck your day up and ruin your plans for and yeah, this game kind of almost punishes you for trying to be gung-ho with a gun. I mean, you can do that, but like you're gonna have to waste a lot of med kits. This also has a lot of thing where you can choose the dialogue and choose the ending. I'm not gonna spoil the two endings, but they are pretty cool. It also has this whole thing of doing a lot of cool side stories, and all of the characters are a lot of fun to really talk to. I don't want to spoil a lot because even though this is an older game, not a lot of people talked about it. But again, like it kind of came out in a year where there was just a shit ton of other games. So if you're like, this does great with horror, it does great with characters. The gameplay itself is a little clunky, I will admit, but like it's still a fun game. And if you're a fan of Terminator and you haven't played this, I highly recommend it. Like, this definitely is a cut above Dark Fate and Genesis. Yeah, especially those two, and Salvation. But yeah, basically, like, I wouldn't say like it's the best Terminator thing ever since T2, but I will say it's definitely been better than what products we've been getting lately. But anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below if you've played Terminator Resistance. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. I'm very curious because again, I've never done a lot of video game reviews. I just kind of focus more on the story than anything else than the gameplay. But I've never done this before, so I wanted to do this with a cool game that no one really talks about. But anyway, so once again, just comment below, let me know. And also, my review for Boy Kills World is out on Patreon right now, as of this recording. So if you want to check that out, hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon, hit the first tier, and that'll allow you access to polls, as well as movie reviews and my episode reviews of X-Men 97. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.